everyone. We are here in Kevbę, Ontario. We're going to have a family book review. It's not a book launch because we are not in the hall. We are just reviewing the Edo book with our family in Kevbę. And the title of the book is Ununozędo Kevbę Ebonozędo. Ununozędo Kevbę Ebonozędo. Wahia Uruęse, thanks for coming. Wahia Uruęse. Otemere Kola, Otemere Elo, Patricia, Mary, brother Dafe. Monigere ma ofie keko ti o brother Michael, then a working man, we are Juliana, so a working man here, Juliana, okay. Obie Colombiano, but Obie Dorino, Mamma de Suare, not this one. So, Mahia, Mari Queka, Ebena, Okadokade, Ebena, okay, Ebeni Magbe, the diaspora, Magbe, Webu. Rudoninia, Mana iwe, ekpo de mati we obanya ke wa ya se wo. So pa mani bi ore na ma fe were na o. Obanya Canada ya se do. Rudoni mama o ni money ma fi ade webo ni amiami uru ni maze webo ni maze. Make yo na mi we ivima iye pegwa kotini ya. Iye gwa to mami ami o iye gwa ti ni o sin ya mama o ni mami mo ara inu e ba ti ni we o we gbe mama gba le gbo ni omo na ti egbina do lo ogwa ti ni egbina do lo na ti egbina duwa ogwa ko na se egbina duwa na ti iwe ma ogwa ti iwe ma so waya bo hen o wa bi to ta itene ni na. So leva seva, the only gege do kwaka ebena, ike do tota do tie ulaba opopa. Edo ebena nia, maimu ba meti yedo ya wana ebeno heke. Rwanda, we are British colony. We were colonized by the British. So Edo language is supposed to be our mother tongue, while the English language is we got that from British colony. So we are all British colony, but Edo language is our mother tongue. So, but because of the way we were brought up to speak English, we went to very good schools when we were growing up. We are reversing it now. Instead of having English as ESL, we are now having Edo language as a second language because we cannot teach Edo language successfully without using English. So now we are reversing it. We teach Edo language with English, and we now translate to Edo. Because if we have to teach the children straight with Edo language, they're going to get pissed off. They're not going to be interested in what we are saying. So in most cases, when we speak English, we speak Edo. But this book is so simplified. The book Ununozędo Kevbę Ebonozędo is so simplified. You can compare it to the, what do they call it? Queen's Premier. We all read Queen's Premier when we were young, where you have 2-letter words and all of that, ITEs, ISEs. So this book is so simplified. We started by explaining what Edo vowels are. We started with Edo vowels. We went further to Edo consonants. We also did Edo syllables so that the children will know how to pronounce. And then we did the Edo diacritic. That is the most important one. So I'm going to talk about the diacritic only. But when we say book review, we can't review the whole 10 chapters. But this book is 10 chapters in here. So it's book 1, book 2, book 3. The book 2, we're going to be launching it here in Kevbę. But when we are ready, we'll send the address across to everyone. So I will just quickly read about the book at the back. Then I will talk about diacritic. Everywhere I launch this book, I talk about diacritic more. Because the diacritic is what will help us to do the pronunciation. If you don't know the diacritic, you can't get it. So I'll just go straight up to the point. Edo language has 7 vowels. Technically there are 5, But because two letters appear twice, that's the letter O and the letter E. So based on that, we now have 7 Edo language vowels. So don't forget, anywhere you go, Edo language has 7 vowels. Technically there are 5, but 2 letters appear twice. So based on that, we now have 7 Edo language vowels. And the letter E and the letter O that appear twice is the most significant change in our pronunciation. So let's start with the title. If you look at this title, you will see the diacritic there. Ununozędo no. There is a diacritic at the bottom. Is that sub-dot that you have at the bottom of the letter? That's what we call diacritic. Yeah. So the French and the Yoruba language, they have the diacritic at the top. So for Edo language, we have just 2 letters that carries diacritic, and those diacritic that are at the bottom. So once you understand the meaning of this vowel and the diacritic, you can read the Edo language straight up. So, and then the difference, the slightest and the quickest difference I normally use to differentiate the 2 letter O's that have diacritic and without diacritic and the letter E. When you want to do the diacritic one, I will start by saying Edo, do. When you hear it means that letter E has a diacritic. So simple. Edo language is so simple to understand. Once you get the diacritic right and you know the voice, you are good to go. And then the other letter E does not have diacritic. That second letter E that does not have diacritic, it means you pronounce it as Erabo, Egbe, Egbe. Egbe and Egbe, they are both same spellings, E-G-B-E. But when you apply the diacritic, you will now have Egbe, E with diacritic,